Citizens need to be vigilant. New Bern police investigating multiple shootings. This was written by Todd Wetherington and Trevor Dunnell for Sun Journal, published on October 14th, 2022 for newbernsj.com. Let's go to New Bern, North Carolina. Police are investigating 4 shootings that have taken place in less than a week. One shooting resulted in the death of an 18-year-old man, while 3 took place late Thursday and early Friday morning. At 8:44 p.m. Thursday, officers responded to a home in the 2100 block of New Bern Avenue in the Pembroke community after a call came in reference to gunshots being fired. Officers found 4 male victims who had been shot by an unknown suspect or suspects, according to a news release from the New Bern Police Department. The victims were transported to a local hospital, and as of Friday afternoon, they were at ECU Health Medical Center in Greenville with their conditions unknown. Police Chief Patrick Gallagher said the department is not releasing any additional information at this time, including the names of the 4 men who were shot. Meanwhile, at 11:14 p.m. Thursday night, officers responded to the 1600 block of Washington Street in reference to a shots fired call. No initial damages were reported to officers when they arrived at the address. Investigative efforts are ongoing, and a neighborhood canvass was being conducted to find additional evidence and witnesses. Less than 1 hour later, at 12:10 a.m. Friday, officers responded to the 800 block of the Carolina Avenue apartments for another shots fired call. Several apartments were damaged in the shooting, and officers patrolling the area located a suspicious car with a short chase following. Officers have charged 3 male suspects with discharging a firearm into an occupied dwelling. A female juvenile is charged with felony, flee to elude arrest, and conspiracy to discharge a firearm in an occupied dwelling. Additional charges may be pending, Gallagher said. On Saturday, October 8th, New Bern police officers responded to the 600 block of First Avenue in reference to reports of shots fired. The officers located a single victim, Jamari I. Jones, 18, of New Bern. Jones was transported to Carolina East Medical Center and then flown to ECU Health Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries on Monday. While several arrests have been made in relation to the Carolina Avenue Apartments incident, Gallagher added suspects are still at large for the remaining incidents. The number of shooters is unknown, Gallagher said. When we have a suspect at large, we consider that to be serious. Citizens need to be vigilant, and if you have information, they should notify us immediately so we can be as proactive as we can. Gallagher also spoke in solidarity with fellow law enforcement and communities regarding gun violence within the New Bern community and across the state. Also on Thursday night, 5 people were shot and killed in Raleigh, including an off-duty police officer and a 16-year-old boy. A 15-year-old suspect is in custody and in critical condition as of Friday afternoon. I made a video about that. Check that out. We extend our thoughts and prayers to the victims and their families in our community and throughout the state due to gun violence. We recognize that violence is not isolated to any one community. We must all do our part to address the senseless outcome of gun violence and any act of violence that impacts our community for those who live, work, and visit within it. Craven County Sheriff Chip Hughes also spoke at the press conference, saying New Bern issues are the county's issues, and the sheriff's office will help officers continue to work aggressively toward curtailing this type of criminal activity on the streets of Craven County. This is needless injuries and deaths to our citizens, and it will not be tolerated, Hughes said. My commitment to the city and the chief is our teams will continue to work together as one. My street crimes unit works closely with NBPD to remove gangs, weapons, and drugs off the streets, and we have been very successful. Make no mistake about it, we will aggressively go after those criminals that think it's okay to terrorize our citizens in this city. Anyone with information is requested to call the New Bern Police Department at this number. Residents who want to remain anonymous can use the NBPD's new Tip 411 system by texting the keyword "here" to this number here. So, The report I read is not from Pakistan. The report I read is not from Syria. The report I read is not from Somalia. This is from the United States of America. A small part of North Carolina is being terrorized by gun violence. And most Americans, especially on the right, who want to talk about all lives matter, have nothing to say about the rampant level of gun violence in the United States. And the root cause of gun violence in the United States is essentially the number of guns that continue to permeate. It's a statistical fact. This is undisputable. The more guns you have in a society, the more people will be able to commit crimes, commit accidental murders, commit suicides, and of course, mass shootings. American traditions. More American than apple pie, baseball, football, or binge eating Taco Bell is a mass shooting. By the way, there have been over 630 mass shootings in 2022 alone, and nobody is talking about this. Nobody cares about actual American lives that are being hurt every day by gun violence and killed every day by gun violence. Uh, uh, how many more Valdes have to happen? How many more Buffaloes have to happen? How many more Columbines have to happen? And the countless other horrible, tragic mass shootings that the mainstream media has to pay attention to. Meanwhile, stories like this get covered on my small YouTube channel that get 10, 15, 20 views max. Listen, I'm not doing this to get famous. My channel will probably never be monetized. I'll probably never make a single dollar off of this. And that's fine with me because I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I actually care about American lives, something our elected officials don't actually care about because nobody's actually talking about having actual gun control. The Democrats are scared of the gun lobby and the Republicans are controlled by the gun lobby. And I am not one of these stupid Americans that will continue to be brainwashed by the propaganda that we are fed since we are children, that the gun makes us American, the gun makes us safe, the gun creates a safer and fuller society and a better democracy, because it doesn't. It doesn't. It only causes terror and more bloodshed on the sidewalks of the United States of America. This is an embarrassment. There are countries in Europe that do not have the level of gun violence, entire countries of Europe that do not have the level of gun violence that this city, this small backwoods city in North Carolina have. How come that can happen in the richest, most powerful, the greatest nation on earth? It's because too many Americans believe the lie that has been fed to them by the NRA and our parents and our schools and our churches that have told us the gun is God. The gun is what makes us American. It's a lie. It's a lie. Buck the Second Amendment. I don't care about the Constitution. I care about American lives. Abolish the Second Amendment and let's make America safe for everybody. Finally. My name is Simon Hill and thank you for watching.